All right, folks. Now for one of my favorite times of the day, which is my trading session. I have a couple days off work, so in theory I have time for more trading, but I'm not spending more time trading. So yeah, ETH's just absolute shit. Um, so the one thing that I know that I'm paying attention to is that CPI is on Wednesday and Thursday. So on CPI week, a lot of the time. Wait, hang on. FOMC. CPI is Thursday, PPI. Right. There's a lot of red folder news Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So a lot of the time there's not going to be a lot of movement. So let's take a look. I'm actually flat. I haven't been in a position for a couple days. Silver, it looks like kind of toppy in that a failure at the highs once and then failed at the new high. It's not really the best. Stock markets had a red day, retraced whatever move they have. It's been in this range for 2 weeks now. Basically, price is unchanged. So if we look at crypto, I was mad because I didn't get filled on this before price went up, but don't need to be too mad about it now as prices come back down. We'll check it out. Um, I had the idea for an ETH short right here, but it didn't fill and has come all the way back to where I would consider re-longing here. I'm just trying to stay away from longing ETH. I think it's there's something wrong with it. I want to focus on trading BNB, Solana instead. Um, okay, Ohm is maybe giving TWT, interesting. Ohm is maybe giving a signal. Yeah, I guess that kind of working out. I'm just going to quickly go through, see if there's anything that made it to the highs. Interesting, CFX. This one's been pretty strong. Lucky people, yeah, there's some really strong ones. Popcat got a breakout and actually ran a little bit. Sui's pretty interesting, so that's gonna move up in my list of things to be interested in. Because one of my favorite setups in this environment is just whack-a-mole on alts when they get too hot. Not trading them to zero, but it's like, okay, whiff. Whiff is setting up potentially. It's been a pretty active couple weeks where we're getting a lot of alt setups, but it's going to be more than just the chart setup. So we have a couple that are would qualify, but I need to look and see at order flow to determine if it's a tradable trade, right? There's a multiple step process, double screening. So I'm looking for a chart setup and then I'm looking under the hood and I'm not going to trade unless both of those things work. So let's go take a look. Oh, this one MX kind of dumpy. It's interesting though that it looks like a good amount of coins are green on the day, a good amount of coins are red. So the market's not really moving together today. Tron. Tron has been so weird. Okay. So I'm really interested in ones that are setting up today, and we have potentially two of those. The close is in 36 minutes. So, yeah, we have Ohm and we have Whiff. And we're gonna see if those look good under the hood. And then um, I have Bitcoin, and I have the day off, so I waited for the close intentionally. I can still consider the Bitcoin longs, which honestly, like, if I was filled on a long here, I would probably be pleased, right? So where it's like Bitcoin took this out, so but I mean I didn't get filled. I have a long here, so it's leave it or kill it. I like leaving it. Um, okay. BTC funding rate. I don't love that the market as a whole isn't acting in a certain way, but it's all right. Okay, so I'm caring less about ETH, right? Although I had the idea to sell it up here, and it would be working okay. Price is not much higher than I closed my long, so it's all good. Okay. So Whiff, and Sui. Sui's probably a no, but we can look at it. So the first thing I'm seeing is that they're saying Bitcoin is weighted negative, but if we look down here on the 8 hour, it's not. It's just saying on the 5 minute. So it's flashed red, but that would be a good sign to be long on Bitcoin. I don't want to, yeah, I mean, I can't chase. So if I just wait, maybe it will fill. Global funding rate. So if we look at Bitcoin, I mean, yeah, I don't want to chase in here because spot's not really that hot. Funding is still kind of high, and we could still use maybe some more open interest flushed out. It looks fine, but I like the idea of continuing to wait for my area of interest. And I have three areas of interest, so I could take some losses, three losses if price just has a big like from here negative 10%, which is why I'm pretty happy with the prospect of taking some alt shorts because the alt shorts are going to hedge for my Bitcoin longs. So, um, we're going to look at WIF. I'll look at Sui, but Sui isn't setting up quite right. Um, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for positive funding, which we have so far. I'm looking for downward sloping spot CVD, upward sloping futures CVD, and I like it to see a 30+% um, increase um, in open interest. So let's go check them out. Okay, so let's take a look. Whiff looks pretty good to me. No, yeah. So even though there is spot, like what I am seeing though is open interest at this price level was at 107. It's open interest is up 100%, and the price is up quite a bit, but that means that the chance of volatility is quite high. And the truth is that we have, it doesn't look quite how I want with the futures, but funding is positive and open interest is up significantly. So it might be okay. The problem is that this level it took isn't that old. And also, yeah, I mean, it's sort of a bearish candle, no? So let's look at Ohm. Ohm looks good actually, where yes, funding is positive at the moment, and we're seeing spot selling and perps buying with open interest going from 20 million to 25 million, 20 to almost 30, 27 million. Ohm looks good to me, so I will be taking Ohm. Sui, not as much. We are seeing positive funding and mooning open interest, but spot has participated too much here, and this negative funding event in here I don't really love. So I will be taking both whiff and ohm. So I'm gonna mark those, and they fit within my system. And I'm like this because it's gonna protect me in the event that Bitcoin really dumps. And I have 30 minutes to get this order in. While we're here, I think I'll look at Ethereum under the hood also. It didn't really surprise me, the dump, because um, the pump happened on a Sunday during when the markets were closed. So oftentimes those moves, uh, oftentimes those moves, weekend moves aren't real, right? They happen on a low volume and they reverse oftentimes. Okay, I mean, ETH, what happened here was, I mean, it wasn't really a big move. It's just what happens. Funding's kind of high. Honestly, something that does look good is open interest has been kind of bleeding out. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave my Bitcoin along. It's possible it still doesn't fill, and I could have set this right here. I marked this as an area. Um, how good does Bitcoin look? It looks okay. I mean, I still think price wants to just go higher. How was the volume and when did this move happen? Super high volume, right? If I had set my limit in this box here, I would maybe be happy, right? We came inside this 4-hour gap. Maybe I should have had an order there when I consider 4-hour gaps are more meaningful than 1-hour gaps. So yesterday, when price was up here, sending it in here, but I think I'm just gonna wait and leave it lower. And if it doesn't fill, sucks, but it is what it is. So now we're gonna look at ohm. So one thing I like about ohm is it had this really inefficient move up. We drop into the lower time frame, we can see what happened right there. Funding was negative. It was shorts getting stopped and also longs coming in. But if we just look, the trend has been spots scaling out. So I'm not that interested in, we did create a gap. I'm not that interested in requiring something like this looks good. I'm not that interested in requiring price to retrace. Something like that is my idea. Whiff also has done what? It's created bearish displacement. And in theory, oh, it's come in a place where it could maybe bounce from, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the trades. I like that it's a bearish pin bar up here at, so I'm gonna, both of them, I'm gonna put my stop just a little beyond the high and my TP at the low here. So we'll do that. And yeah, try for lower on both Bitcoin and ETH. So here, let's go. Both of them. I could also, to make it cheaper, like increase the RR, put it inside instead of just beyond, which I kind of like. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm gonna risk $500 on each of these is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna log off, and that's my day. The worst thing that could happen is that these just run to the highs and Bitcoin launches from here and doesn't pull back lower. I mean, I had the idea to try to get filled right here in this gap. Yeah, maybe mark that like in this 5-minute gap if I wanted to chase, but I'm going to try for a sweep of these. So let's do it. Let's get an ohm. How wide is my stop gonna be? I just don't really want to limit because limits work much better with Bitcoin and ETH that trade a lot more efficiently. It basically looks like how I want to see it from here to here. It's gone positive. Spot's been selling off. Open interest has been mooning. It looks pretty excellent, honestly. So I almost want to risk more on this, but let's start with this. Okay, my stop's gonna be at 1.47. 47, 4,000. Okay. Is whiff as good? I don't think whiff is as good, honestly. Whiff looks pretty decent too, though. Like the open interest is with spot selling off, so I'm okay with doing whiff also. And yeah, I just don't really want to. I mean, I do want to limit, but I get burned by this so many times. I would say whiff looks better for a limit than ohm. So maybe for whiff, I will try one limit. Um, Something like, I don't know, if Bitcoin's just gonna die, then do I just want to be in whiff? I could also just risk bigger on ohm. Ohm had the negative funding, yes, but it has like steady spot selling at the market with massive increase in open interest. Same with same with whiff though. So it's a question of I think I'd prefer to just do it. To just do it here. I'm okay with it. Do it. Whiff. I'm risking 500 on I'm gonna target this weekly low at 1.76. 1.176. I mean, there wasn't crazy volume here. Like the volume was up here, right? I'm just gonna do it. I mean, it suits my system. It fits my system. So we'll do it. I'll do 500 on each. They both look pretty good. I don't need to risk more right now. Okay, I'm gonna put my stop at 2.783. Okay, actually I need to close a little bit. Made it too big. Target down here at 1.97. Oops. Limit. Limit positions. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 2.783. Okay, I'm okay with that. A TP 1.97. We have wet and we have I don't want to risk more on It just looks pretty A plus to me, right? It does this. It makes a new all-time high and then it pulls back and it's kind of been setting up for this. So to me it looks really good and I want to risk a little bit more on it. So far my entry on whiff is not looking good, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't think whiff is nearly as good. Let me actually just transfer a little bit of risk from whiff to the market. So I have, yeah, I'm okay with that. We are seeing some breakouts happen. So there's some danger here. It's one of the stronger ones too. Yeah, I want to risk a bit more. Okay. 600. Interesting that whiff just moves this way, but right now I have 1,000 at risk. What is my Bitcoin? What's the Bitcoin scenario? Like, how much do I have risk on the nearest Bitcoin long? 1,200. I'd like to risk. Why don't I just throw back a little bit on too and just trade them with a little bit more risk, and then I'm about to log off. And not like crazy risk. It's just the less risk of um, same risk that I have on Bitcoin. Okay. All right. We did it. So that's it. I'm gonna log off now, and I'm gonna leave my Bitcoin long from lower. Might not fill. I mean, there's a chance that I don't get filled on this Bitcoin long, and price just runs higher on the alts. But I'm gonna wait. Like, I didn't set a limit in this level, and it would have it would look pretty good if I had, right? I mean, I literally drew this box, and it came to that box by like $25. That said, it, yeah, I'm just gonna wait. That said, like, something important we forget about support and resistance is it's just slowdown areas, not reversal areas necessarily. So happy trading, much love, have a good week, peace.